For those who witnessed the convoy of motorcycles making their way into Pittsburgh that Friday morning, they likely weren't sure what they were seeing until the trailer rolled by. The appearance of this truck, the culmination of months of planning, was a special moment for Marine veteran Rick Eanes, Deputy Chief Operating Officer of Maintenance at Pittsburgh Regional Transit, who joined the procession prior to its arrival.
It was an awesome feeling. With the amount of support that we got for this, Pennsylvania State Troopers, Port Authority Police, Pittsburgh City Police, and the Patriot Guard and Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, and we came all the way in. I had goosebumps.
The GoldStars tribute wall serves to honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice in the Gulf, Iraq, and Afghanistan wars. Too recent for a permanent national monument, more than 7,000 troops were killed in those wars since 1990.
The Gold Star Memorial, to me, represents patriotism and the ultimate sacrifice that these people paid with their lives.
I've heard about this organization, the work that they do, especially traveling around the country trying to carry on a legacy.
You go back and you see Vietnam memorials, you see World War II, you see all those great memorials to all those great people in the past. This recognizes the people that aren't so far in the past, so it's really cool to see that.
Rick ran into Sam Nikawara, who runs the traveling memorial operation, in 2019. Understanding its importance and learning that the wall had yet to visit Pennsylvania, Rick wanted to help.
It got to start with Catherine Kellerman. She's our CEO. I presented it to her. She said, "You just let me know what you need," and she made it happen. I really want to thank Catherine, my boss, Don Rivetti, Mike Setra's legal group, Deb Phillips, Jim Ritchie, Tim Frank was responsible for getting the buses wrapped. The list goes on and on.
A lot of things changed. There's a lot of barriers in the way to make something like this happen. So it's been a few years, but it's fantastic to see it actually happen.
Coordination was sidelined during COVID and restarted earlier this year. Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum offered to host the memorial with PRT as the sponsor and its drivers union, ATU Local 85, making a generous contribution.
I'm the president of Pittsburgh Regional Transit Veterans Group. I reached out to some of my veterans, people that are in our group, and they came out to volunteer. They helped set up.
I felt like I had a duty to try and carry on a legacy that that these men and women have done.
Employees of PRT, many of whom are veterans, volunteered to erect and disassemble the wall. The wall usually takes between 3 and 5 hours to construct.
I mean, they couldn't pick a better day for it. I mean, not too hot, and it's amazing how they have it down to a science. I mean, everything's so well organized, so well structured.
Seeing it all go up, it's kind of cool. His engineering of it is one of the coolest things, the way he's built it so that it can travel.
Just watching it go up, I was just amazed at how it's engineered and how they got it based on this surface, a grass surface. I know he's done it on artificial turf and concrete.
So far, I've carried some columns, some steel beams, the actual wall pieces themselves. We carry them off trucks. We walked up the steps, put them over the walls. We're erecting them in the grass, put flags up against the walkways, a little bit of moving everything around to get the wall up.
With the wall complete, the volunteers can reflect on its meanings.
It gave me goosebumps. This is the first time I've seen it up close other than a picture. To actually physically see individual names that are on this wall. And that's what it's all about.
As a veteran who got to experience, especially the war in Iraq, I've watched, a lot of men and women who, sacrificed and a lot of hardship.
It just means a lot to me because serving overseas, some of these people on this wall, I personally knew. I've seen them die in front of me. So it is very emotional to put it up and see their name go up in the air. So for me to come out here and just volunteer my time is so little because it means so much.
Even though the wall was only on the lawn of soldiers and sailors for a few days, it gave members of the public and families of the deceased an experience to hold on to for years to come.
Ultimately, when it's up and they walk by, hopefully they can see all the names, how many names are on that wall, and understand how many people every day go out there and put their life in harm's way. And their names up there is they gave their life so that you can have the quality of life that you have today.
You know, freedom is not free. There's always some, you know, ordinary individual that you never heard of, never seen before. They're in some faraway land and making sure they, you know, preserve everything that America's all about.
There's a feeling I get when I go to Washington, D.C., like sit on the steps at the Lincoln Memorial, and it's things like that that are special to me, and bring a little bit of that to Pittsburgh is awesome.
This is for the families and the loved ones, the uncles, the brothers, the sisters, the cousins, the kids that they'll never see their mother or father again. We want to do this for you guys. We're going to let you know that your son and daughter will never be forgotten.